Here we have two mid-century modern tables that probably go back to the 1960s. I was looking into the Maker's brand. The founder of the company, Gordon's Inc., name was Charles Gordon. This guy was a true entrepreneur. By the time he was 12, he was working summers carrying brick and mortar while training as a carpenter. Eventually, he went to school and got an engineering degree, started his own company in 1945, and shortly after, he was making furniture for Macy's, Marshall Fields, and other retail outlets in the United States and Canada. If Charles could be here today and see the finish on his beautiful tables, he would definitely ask me, I think, to do something with them. Hi, my name is Melissa. Welcome to A Life Refurbished, where you are reminded through furniture refinishing that there's hope. It doesn't matter how tough things get. Stay tuned. So I'm going to be taking apart the tables as much as I can, removing the legs. These will allow me to apply the furniture stripper to every nook and cranny. I attempted to remove the plates that were holding the legs in place so I could see if I could remove the wooden part that was holding the two tiers together. However, I found that it was not coming apart, so I gave up on that idea and decided to apply the furniture stripper as they were. As you may already know, removing stain is never a clean or crisp process. I like to set my pieces on a piece of plastic. The plastic is going to have two functions. Besides catching all the residue that will be removed, I'm also going to use it to cover up my piece after I apply the furniture stripper, so the furniture stripper stays activated for a longer period of time. This has to be the biggest hack I can share with you when it comes to stripping furniture. You see all those pieces of plastic wrap tape against the wall? All those pieces have been individually cut to cover each leg. The more I can prepare ahead of time before I start applying the furniture stripper and the stain starts coming off, the less mess I make. The furniture stripper is going to be sitting for 45 minutes, and then I'm going to be coming back, taking a pick, using a putty knife, and test it out to see if the finish is coming off. And if it's not, I just apply a little bit more furniture stripper on the area and cover it up again and wait for another half an hour. I try to remove as much of the old finish as possible, even wiping whatever is left with a paper towel sometimes, and afterwards I use the strip and clean with a steel wool to remove the rest. As I'm scrubbing, I am seeing some blotchy spots, so I'm worried about how even the wood is going to absorb the stain. For that reason, after I was done washing it, I let the wood sit overnight, and the following day I sanded both tables and each leg with 120 grit. If you guys remember, the original stain was made to look darker around the edges of the table, and as you move towards the center of it, it got lighter. Even though I don't want to replicate the ombre effect, I do want to make parts of these tables darker than the rest, and that's why I decided to use this black soy oil-based stain from GREENEZ. Like I said previously, I was worried about blotchiness, so I sanded the whole thing the next day with 120 grit. Then I wiped it down with some mineral spirit. Even after sanding though and cleaning, the legs still looked like they had some of that old finish that had penetrated so deep I couldn't get rid of it. It was just a case of this is as good as it's gonna get and let's hope for the best. The next day I applied my first coat of the black soy based stain from GREENEZ. I did reach out to them because there was something different about the stain. Their website didn't have a lot of information about best practices. I found out from them that this stain is a slow penetrating one, and that is why you should wait 10 to 15 minutes before coming back to wipe off any excess, which I didn't do here. I applied and wiped off right away, and you can see the two legs on the right are the result of that. I decided to apply a second coat, so the two legs on the left side have had a second coat. I've also decided to apply the dark stain to the two bases. That I think are worth mentioning, and that is, can we apply a water-based product over an oil-based product or vice versa? The answer is yes, as long as we wait the appropriate dry time. Why am I clarifying this? Because the soil-based product that I use, the stain, it's an oil base, and I am going to be using a top coat that's water based, also from GREENEZ. So I'm worried that I might get some blotchiness on this wood because it has been through a lot. I decided to treat it with some pre-stained wood conditioner before top coating. The wood still needs to be wet with this pre-stain before applying my top coat. I really need to make sure that these both products, the pre-stain and the top coat, base of both of them is the same, which is water-based. Keep that in mind when you're purchasing products for your next furniture project. You'll want to allow the pre-stain to penetrate from 1 to 5 minutes. Then remove the excess that has not penetrated the wood with a clean cloth. After 15 to 30 minutes, you can lightly sand the surface with a fine grade sandpaper to smooth any raised grain. I didn't notice any of the grain racing after applying the pre-stain, so there was no need for me to sand. So I went straight to top coating with this furniture shield from GREENEZ. Normally I don't like anything that's glassy or too shiny, but I think this wood was so dry and dehydrated that the glossy finish made the wood look healthier. After letting the third and final coat dry, I applied this rough and buff to simulate the caps that the legs had. Unfortunately, 2 of the brass caps were broken. I looked everywhere online without any luck. I could find other ones, but not the right size. So if you guys have any recommendations of websites that I can go and look for these, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm not giving up on finding the right size yet. Now it's time to take a quick look to where we started with the tables. Flaky, scratch top, uneven finish. And this is how the beautiful wood is looking now. I think it's singing, and if not, it should be. But let me know what you guys think of today's makeover. If you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you guys next week. Hi, Luna. Hi. Go potty. Go potty. Luna, go potty.